Okay, let's dive into this with a pretty wild thought experiment. What if an ancient philosopher, one of the original deep thinkers of the Western world, somehow got a press pass and decided to audit our most advanced fields of knowledge in 2025?
So picture this. The scene is just surreal. At this super prestigious academic conference, a man basically materializes at the registration desk. He's wearing a simple linen tunic, smells kind of like wood smoke and river water, and get this, he's got a conference lanyard that says Heraclitus, independent researcher. Nobody has a clue how he got there. But he isn't networking, he's just listening, intently.
And this, of course, is his most famous idea. The man is Heraclitus, the ancient Greek philosopher. And his whole thing, his core insight, is that everything is in a constant state of change, of flux. Reality for him is a flowing river, not a museum full of static objects. And this one single idea, oh man, it's about to cause a whole lot of trouble for modern science.
So, who was this guy, really? Well, Heraclitus was obsessed with the dynamic, flowing nature of reality. He believed that underneath all the chaos we see, there was this hidden order, this deep logic, or universal principle he called the logos, and that truth, real truth, was found in the tension between opposites. So as Heraclitus starts touring our modern temples of knowledge, from AI labs to neuroscience symposiums, he starts to notice something. He sees the exact same fundamental error being made over and over again. It's the same basic mistake, just dressed up in different fancy technical jargon. And this is the heart of it, right here. This is the mistake. Across the board, we're building these static, frozen models for a world that is constantly flowing. We're getting so obsessed with our maps, our measurements, and our neat little categories that we're starting to forget they are not the reality they claim to describe. We've fallen in love with the map and forgotten the territory.
Okay, so that's the abstract idea. But what does this mistake actually look like today? Where are we in 2025 getting this so fundamentally wrong?
All right, let's see how this plays out in three of our most advanced high-stakes fields: AI safety, neuroscience, and psychiatry. This is where Heraclitus' ancient critique gets, well, it gets razor sharp.
So first up, he's at an AI safety conference. You can just feel the earnest concern in the room. All these brilliant experts are debating the alignment problem. How do we make sure that powerful AI systems follow our human values? They're trying to hard code a set of ethical rules, these permanent guardrails. And this is Heraclitus' devastating question to them. He's pointing out the sheer absurdity of trying to chain a dynamic, evolving, learning technology to a fixed set of human values, when humans themselves and their values are constantly changing. He's saying the problem isn't just technical, it's a deep philosophical failure to grasp the nature of change itself. Okay, next stop, he visits a neuroscience symposium. The lecture hall is like a cathedral of measurement. It's just filled with these glowing, beautiful images of fMRI scans. A presenter gets up on stage, points to the data, and basically declares that consciousness is just an emergent product of this specific, measurable brain activity. They think they've found it. Heraclitus' response is this incredibly powerful metaphor. His point is so simple, but so deep. Correlation isn't causation. Just because some pixels light up on a brain scan when someone feels love, it doesn't mean those glowing pixels are love. We're measuring the shadow, and we're so proud of our measurement that we've declared it to be the person casting it. And this table just lays out the difference perfectly. The scan, that's the map. It shows us blood flow, electrical activity, all the neural correlates. But the territory, that's the subjective experience itself, the actual feeling of seeing red, the ache of sadness, consciousness itself. We are studying the mirror with incredible precision, but we're forgetting about the face it reflects. The final stop on his tour is a psychiatry convention. And here, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the DSM, is treated like gospel. It's the Bible of the mind. Now, it gives everyone a common language for human suffering, which is useful, but it can also become this set of really rigid boxes that we put people into. And Heraclitus offers this beautiful, kind of haunting metaphor. He argues that relying too heavily on the DSM is like navigating by the light of dead stars. Think about it. The manual is a crystallization of past understanding. That's yesterday's light. We then use these old static maps to navigate the complex reality of a person suffering today. But here's the kicker. What if the territory itself, what it even means to be a human mind, is constantly changing? So, you're probably thinking if Heraclitus is critiquing all our models, all our maps, what's his alternative? Is he just telling us to abandon science and measurement altogether? Not even close.
This is absolutely not an anti-science argument. It's actually a call for a more sophisticated, a more humble relationship with our own knowledge. It's about using our incredible tools skillfully, but without ever forgetting what they can't do, without forgetting their limitations. So the crucial point, the real skill, is this. We have to learn to value both sides. Of course, we need the measurable, the data, the hard evidence, the results we can reproduce. But we also have to honor the unmeasurable, the meaning, the subjective experience, the qualia. In one of his critiques, he says we're busy studying a single pebble with a microscope, and we've forgotten the entire landscape it came from. And here it is. This is the punchline of his entire argument. The real risk isn't AI, or brain scans, or diagnostic manuals. Those are just tools. The real danger is our own mental rigidity, our inability to hold the tension of a paradox, to embrace both the measurable and the unmeasurable at the exact same time. And this brings us right back to today. Why is this ancient wisdom more urgent now than ever before? Because this isn't just a fun philosophical exercise. It has profound, real-world implications for our biggest contemporary challenges. I mean, think about it. For AI, we have to build systems that can navigate a changing, unpredictable world, not just follow a static rulebook. For consciousness, we have to bridge that massive gap between an objective brain scan and a subjective lived experience. For mental health, we have to learn to see the whole person, not just the label. And with the psychedelic renaissance, we're facing the ultimate challenge. How do we integrate profound, mystical experiences with rigorous, measurable science? Ultimately, this is the core takeaway. The challenge for us, right now, is to become master map makers. It's to use the incredible tools of science with all the precision and rigor we can muster, but to do it with the philosophical humility of someone who never, ever forgets that the map is not the territory. And so Heraclitus leaves us with this final, provocative question. The sun is new each day. Reality is always fresh, always changing, always alive. So are we brave enough to navigate by its new light day by day? Or do we cling to the comfort of our old maps, the light of yesterday's dead stars? That choice, as always, is ours.